A lot of indicators coming together, like right here, and that's when explosive moves tend to happen. Hey there. Welcome to your daily dose of elephant wisdom here on Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. So we've turned the page on February. We had a pretty eventful monthly close, as we know, yesterday. I think it was just yesterday on the video, I was saying we're going to get one of these $10,000 daily candles soon, and we got about a $6,000 one yesterday, pushing up a little bit today as well. You can see now, as we've talked about these last couple of weeks, we've been under all indicators. So the elephant trinity, that's our white baseline and our two indicators. And this is a 200-day moving average up here, the blue line. And we are on the daily right now. So just over 44. And you can see we blew right through one indicator yesterday. And we tested kind of perfectly on the second. And that is providing a little bit of resistance right here now as well. Let's take a look at the hourly and see how she's faring here more in real time. You can see we're kind of on the hourly on a pretty good bull market push here. Of course, all indicators, reset to the time frame when you change to the hourly. These are now, this blue line is now a 200-hour line, not a 200-day line. And that's why you'll see the indicators switch positions right there. But we are all on the top. Ideally, what we do want to see is this setup. We do want to see this blue line, which that's our shortest term indicator on the Trinity. And that turned bullish yesterday, 1600. And we've gone from green to red here. So we're just sort of fighting this last resistance, which is just right around where we're at, 44.1, 44.2. Not much, but we could see a dip down here. We'll see. Otherwise, we'll see these push up, and these two will reorient themselves as far as this blue line will cross over the green line, and that's when we know we're going to really be in a bull market. So pretty good. You can see the indicators have held up pretty well. And you want to see them tested. You want to see them sort of mean something. And you can see these are some really nice tests on this here. Let's go back to the daily. And we'll pop around a little bit. And I do want you to stick around. Our setup of the day today, or actually just sort of a coin to watch, is Shiba Inu. That is experiencing a lot of convergence, as we've been mentioning lately. A lot of indicators coming together, like right here. And that's when explosive moves tend to happen. So we want to see this again, but on the upside here coming forward, which we will if it will continue to run. But you can see on the daily, again, we're kind of up against our resistance. So these are times to be careful if you're trying to long here. Would not recommend a long at the moment. But again, it depends on your time frame and your risk preference. A lot of moves though, right? So a lot of momentum, some good upticks of volume. So things will happen quickly. So as always, tighten those stop losses during these types of conditions, and hopefully we can get on the correct side of a few more trades here. But right now we are up against resistance, and we just sort of have to be patient here. This white baseline is even a little stronger than these two here. So that'll probably be more of our ultimate resistance at 45.7 at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that though. All right, let's take a look at our total market cap. And we'll see a lot of these things sort of the same as far as a lot of convergence of indicators. Total has done well. It stayed in our channel very nicely. We've tested above it. We've gotten above our indicator here, and we're running into resistance up above just a little bit, just like we did here and here. So we'll see if we can push through. Unlike these two actually, you can see we obviously tested back down. So we shall see. But again, one of the elephant wisdom rules of trading, it's one of the top couple of rules, is we buy on red days and we sell on green days. So I'm not buying a lot here. Obviously there's going to be a time where it just jumps and goes, and we'll get in if we need to a little bit late. But otherwise, I'm sort of playing the percentages and being pretty patient here. I'm expecting kind of a retest back down. But we shall see. There's a lot of momentum in the market right now. Ethereum, we can see this on a nice little uptick here. We have our support held. And now we're running into resistance of the Elephant Trinity, just like a lot of things that we've mentioned. Let's take a look at Link. Same idea. It's kind of a little bit behind everything else, right? ADA is always interesting. I know it pierced the dollar mark earlier today. And you can see these are some fairly solid resistance and support lines here. Historically, I won't scroll back too much, but we did break the 94 cents here, which is big. And you can see, I think $1.02 here is our next resistance. And that's been pretty solid. You can see right here how much play that had on it. And again, this is a daily, so fairly meaningful. And so the $1.02 would be the next nut to crack, but you can see we're also coming down off this big wedge. We'll do a little quick, from our highs in September here. So that's our overall downtrend ADA is trying to break out of. But again, we can see a lot of our indicators obviously still above. So we have a lot of work to do, but this could be encouraging. We could have found a bottom here in the lower 80s. I was expecting it to test 75, which it actually did. So that confirmed that a little bit. But so that's nice to see. But now this is kind of where the rubber meets the road for ADA. We'll see if it can push through. Telcoin was up in the 006 area earlier, so showing a little life. But this is similar to ADA as well, right? We have a lot of indicators and some longer term support resistance lines right here. So that is going to be the nut to crack that we're going to have to sort of wait and see. Let's take a look at Shiba. Shiba is right into the mouth here. And let's zoom us out. And we can see here now, Shiba, we had a little bit of, we drew some diagonal support the other day. We dropped down below that. Obviously, we caught a little support there around the lower 20s, 23. Now we're back up into, out of the frying pan into the kitchen here for Shiba. We are right into the Elephant Trinity indicators, the 200-day moving average, a couple other support and resistance lines. So a lot of convergence here. So that's fun though. That's fun to trade. Generally, it's going to go up or down pretty big out of this movement. So you could have orders on both sides. You can maybe enter a long up here and you can enter a short back down here. And either way you go, you're covered. Those would also be roughly your stop losses, depending on your position size and percentages there. But Shiba here is awesome. I know AMC Theaters said starting, I think in a couple of weeks, they're going to start accepting Doge and Shiba. So any news is good news. So that's a nice push up. But let's take a look at it on the hourly. We'll drill down here a little bit more. And we can see that pop. Once we broke through our elephant baseline, that's our strongest line of the Trinity. You can see, and that's good to see. Once it does break free, kind of off the tether, off we go. So we kind of pumped off that. And this is what we're looking for in a lot of coins, to get off here and then get a little springboard effect. Now we are running into our resistance up here, which is obviously to be expected. but pretty good encouraging signs right here. If we can hold on to this level, this support and our indicator here, we should hopefully be able to have some momentum to push forward as long as the market as a whole behaves. And I did want to take a look at near protocol. We've been looking at that quite a bit lately. And again, just like Shiba, we're back on the 1 hour just to make sure. You can see this pretty amazing RSI pop OBV. We have nothing but buyers here lately, right? So once we broke free again of our elephant baseline, off to the races. So again, most things right now are below this, so we're looking for a lot of coins to follow this kind of lead. So NEAR is kind of going a little bit, it's leading at the moment, leading indicator, hopefully. But you can see up against our elephant trinity here, and the trinity is held firm, which is good to see, even though we want it to go up. It's nice to see that it means something, and we'll see what happens with that. Let's go back on our daily. And then again, we'll see here it running smack up against our double-barreled indicator here, but we had a nice springboard effect off our baseline and the 200-day moving average. Okay, let's go back, take one quick look at Bitcoin. And we can see here, let me get to a slightly less messy chart. And again, we can see that number to crack here at the moment is kind of 44.2 to see if we can get above that. And then the big number to look at is 45.7 at the moment, and that's our elephant baseline, and that should provide some decent resistance, possible shorting opportunities. But again, a lot, goes with the overall macro market and the world news. Things are reacting pretty quick to that. So got to keep agile, keep on your toes, and be able to switch biases. And again, it's important to have the tight stop losses, and we're trading on lower time frames, and we're in and out fairly quickly here, trying to secure some profit and cut losses when we can. All right, that'll do it for today. You guys have a good one. This is Mark, signing off.